Welcome to the second annual Kennedy Catholic hosted Drug and Alcohol Summit. These Another Voice events brings together members of the education, legal, and medical communities to provide education and training activities to students, parents, and other professionals in a rather new and unique way. I'd like to thank in advance all the participants coming here today, and we'll do introductions a little bit later. As you can see, this is no small production. We are streaming live over the internet all day today, all morning and all afternoon, with the afternoon activities for teachers. And certainly want to thank all the technical people here today who are making all this possible. The prime shaker and mover of these events is attorney Angelo Papa, who came to me a couple of years back and started talking about these sort of things. So at this point in time, I'd like to introduce him to you again, Angelo Papa.
Thank you, students. This is not all that far away from the years when I used to be an assistant principal in high school. None of you will relate to this, but the teachers might, and certainly Dr. Iacina. They used to call me Buford Pusser. That has some connotation about my theories of discipline in school. And I have to say that Buford Pusser would be out of a job in this school. And I want to thank you for your behavior in advance. Couple very important things. This is a filming session that the public was invited to. There are people, the most numbers of people who will see this precious information, as well as last year's, through the efforts of Dante Ludovisi and his crew in Video Standard. There will be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and maybe hopefully thousands of people who will see what happened last year and this year. So our first audience are the people who are going to watch these discs. So we're going to act kind of weird up here sometimes. If my producer tells me, cut, something went wrong, a battery went wrong, or a cord got tripped up, remember that we're playing to people who haven't even seen our multimedia piece yet, audience number one. Audience number two is the people who are watching us live right now on the internet. And to those people, and I'm told now 8 different states, somebody update me later, we've been getting calls from the Secretary's office, 8 states. Some states, some of you to help you a little bit, is 7. Are you giving me a signal? 12 states. Okay, anyway, we got the state of Arizona, California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Hawaii. I was actually surprised what their flag looked like. So that's what's going on here. And we're trying to just basically deliver a learned message. You have no clue, probably, in your young lives, because I certainly wouldn't, how much these people care to take time out of their day. They care for all kind of reasons. And I would not be presumptive enough to think I speak for them. But I think they care about the number of people who are killed and do overdose of drugs, second only to vehicle accidents as overdose drug deaths. They also care about people having to have their lives ruined and go to prison that may not necessarily be criminals, especially now with the tools we have. They're here to show you. They're here to show you out in all these states, and they're here to show you who have never seen this video yet that they care, and we're coming to a town from all walks of life where you're at to first and foremost start a learned debate. A debate that is not about rancor, not about impressing the listener with who I am, but impressing the listener with what I am talking about. Not something that is soundbite knowledge. Okay? We're so much into sound bites now. You can go to Sheets right now when you leave here for lunch and eat cheese crackers out of a cellophane package, and they will fill you and they will take the hunger away. And you can take a sound bite from any internet site and you can say, I'm smart, but you're not. This is about a learned debate among all members of the community, and these people are here to tell you that it starts here, it does not end here. Dr. Peter Iacina. The Honorable Christian St. John Common Pleas Court of Mercer County. The Honorable John M. Durkin, Mahoning County Court of Common Pleas, Mahoning County Drug Court, Mahoning County, our next door neighbor. Dr. James Barber, MD. Brenda Heidinger, Executive Director, Mahoning County Drug Court. David Sproat from Alcohol Monitoring Technologies, a dear friend and we're proud to call an associate. Technology that will allow us to know instantly if anybody drinks or consumes alcohol. Wonderful for treatment and a great substitute for incarcerating people who are not criminals. Mr. Robin Cole, two-time Super Bowl champion and a champion of children. Alexander Lindsay Esquire, Professor of Trial Tactics, University of Pittsburgh, School of Law, a lawyer's lawyer. Mr. Ed Bender, Educational Director of Summits Coalition, Incorporated, former teacher, coach. Mr. David Gettings, Lawrence County Controller, Government Leadership and Policy Making. He's here to teach elected officials and would-be elected officials that it's not your money you're spending, it's everyone's money, and you have a fiduciary duty to make it accomplish its intended purpose. Terrence Meehan, Assistant Superintendent at Newcastle School Districts, and we're proud to say, Superintendent of Neshannock Area High School. Welcome and congratulations, dear sir. Commissioner Matthew B. McConnell. This young man here is a county commissioner, but never stops to take my call or my visit to talk about doing it a better way. Matthew, thank you so much for being a proud member of our family. Sabrina Emick, Dickens, Esquire, Assistant Prosecutor, Logan County, West Virginia, 6-hour drive. Mr. Edward Yearage, former teacher, member of the Newcastle City Council. Reverend Bill Beck, Racers pastor. Mary Odom, Assistant Prosecutor, Mercer County. Attorney Stanley Booker, Defense Counsel for a co-defendant drunk driver. The entire jury in our mock trial, without calling them by name, you know who they are. Both the defendants, the co-defendant driver and passenger. I'm assuming they're in our line. Hey, you know what? We're going to break the rule a little bit here. Let's give them a round of applause. They worked for hours on that movie. Dr. Skip Gilrith. Dr. Gilrith is a person who has cut his teeth on prison medicine. He can tell you the trauma of prison medicine. He's from Erie, and we are proud to say he'll be opening up one of our coalitions in Arizona within weeks. Kecole Watson. Discovery House, right? Here last year, and we appreciate your presence. Stephanie Delgado, Gateway Rehabilitation. Mr. Jim Evans, who is the unofficial guardian of this school, and combined with Pete Iacino, make a great team. Thank you, proud sir, our tip staff. Our film crew, Leanne Fornatero, Bill Waddell, Pat Bush, Dante Ludovisi, who has produced all of the videos you have seen. Mr. Dave Antuano, Newcastle English teacher, Neshannock School Board. Mr. Larry Carey, Newcastle English teacher. Officer Mowry, who he's taken off of patrol here. Okay, people, the message is simple. We're not going to put scarlet A's on people anymore. Criminals still belong behind bars. Due process will accomplish that as it has in the past. But we're here to tell you that we want to proactively save as many of you as we can before you get there, and reactively provide you and your parents the best treatment options. And we're coming to the public schools, the backbone of the community, brick and mortar facilities, and places to begin a learned debate. These people care about you. Please show them your Kennedy Catholic appreciation.
I can't tell you how impressive a lineup I have before me. I've participated in some programs with many of these people, and their expertise is astounding, their knowledge and their willingness to share it with students, parents, and other communities, professional or not, is really remarkable and deserves a big round of applause. So once again, I applaud you. And I certainly welcome you to Kennedy Catholic High School. And again, thank you for participating in a very, very unique and important program. Ladies and gentlemen, for another time, I'd like to introduce alumnus, a friend, and a consummate professional, Judge St. John.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the bench of Mercer County, I'd like to welcome all of you here to Kennedy Catholic. 44 years ago, I had the pleasure of sitting up there in the bleachers, and I did not have programs like this offered to me, but fortunately, proper choices led me to the career that I have now. Every day, all of you probably know that anywhere in the court systems throughout the country, families and individuals are affected by choices to use alcohol or drugs. And it falls into the jurisdiction of every part of our courtrooms, from custody to other family law issues, to children and youth service problems, to the criminal courts, and of course to the drug addictions that are preeminent throughout our country, regardless of what kind of a family you come from, how good you are as a person. So it is a tremendous summit that Attorney Papa has put together here. I'd like to welcome you to Mercer County, and I particularly like to welcome our brother judge from across the Ohio line, because drug addiction and alcoholism know no boundaries, whether it's a county line or a state line. And since we are on the state border with Ohio, it's particularly important that we now begin a partnership of attacking this problem from both sides of the border. So we're proud to have with us a judge from the Court of Common Pleas from Ohio, who actually is presiding over a specialty court known as a drug court. Please welcome Judge John Durkin.
Good morning. I've been to a lot of events, but I don't recall seeing so many people representing so many different agencies and backgrounds gathered at one place. I applaud you for what you do every day. I agree with Judge St. John. This issue that we deal with knows no boundaries, whether you're in Youngstown or Hermitage, Erie, or Columbus. No matter your walk in life, it does affect everybody. But I want to tell you a little bit about me and what got me started. I went to a Catholic high school as well, Cardinal Mooney, and went to law school, came out, I was a prosecutor, I was a defense attorney, represented Children's Services Board, and eventually became a judge. And what I saw is that far too many people came into the system and it became repetitive. And by that I mean, I may have prosecuted a grandparent, represented a parent, and then had an issue involving neglect or dependency involving a grandchild. I tell you these stories because we see them either as a prosecutor or defense attorney or judge, or perhaps in treatment before or after the fact. And we see these people so young who have made a choice, and a wrong one. And I guarantee you, if you have not had the occasion to be around drugs or alcohol, you will be, and you'll have a choice. And I hope if there's anything that you take away from today, it's knowing that one stupid choice in your life can have consequences that you can't even imagine. You are at a great school with tremendous opportunity. Please take advantage of the opportunity and know down the road that if presented with this issue, the consequences are very, very real. And unfortunately now, with the increase in use of opiates and heroin, we have far too many people who have died. I've attended far too many funerals of people through my program and neighbors and friends of my children who have overdosed and died. One this past week. So it's very real. It's something that we hopefully can continue to address with what we do day in and day out. And I wish you success, luck, and please make the right choices. These borders are thin. We extend the opportunity for treatment addressing this issue across state lines, across the country. So I appreciate the efforts of Attorney Pepa and what he does, what everybody here continues to do, and my best to all of you. Thank you.
Okay. At this point in time, my honored guests and the honorees, and you are, this as much as about as thanking you as anybody. We would now turn back to the audience and we will have our moment of silence for those that we didn't reach. Lastly, I would call David Gettings to the podium, Controller, and he will lead us in the national anthem before we adjourn for lunch.
Good morning. As the proud father of a fallen Marine, I'd like to sing for you the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.